Hello and welcome to another week of Light to My Path, our 2025 Bible reading plan. I hope that you are enjoying so far reading from the Gospel of Luke. This week we are doing 5 more chapters from the Gospel of Luke and then a psalm at the end of the week. It's Luke 8 through Luke 12. There is so much to talk about in these chapters that it's impossible to actually get to it. There are some of the most wonderful and important moments. Some of the most important parables, the parable of the sower, the parable of the Good Samaritan is right there in the middle of it. But I want to draw your attention to something that's a bit odd from Luke chapter 10. You'll get to this on Wednesday, actually. If you look, Jesus sends out his disciples. He sends out 72 of these disciples in pairs to go and bring the good news all throughout the area. He said, the harvest is plentiful, the laborers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest to send out more laborers. And he goes and he sends them. And he basically says to them, go and bring the peace of God. The kingdom of God has come near. Bring that announcement into these people. And they go and they do that and they come back and they are amazed. They go report to Jesus what happened. They said, Lord, in your name, even the demons submit to us. And what Jesus says to them, it's so odd, but this is what he says. He says, I watched Satan fall from heaven like a flash of lightning. So like when you were out there healing people and preaching the gospel and bringing peace, bringing the kingdom of God on earth as it is in heaven, when that happens, what I'm seeing is Satan falling from heaven like a flash of lightning. And then he says, indeed, I have given you authority to tread on snakes and scorpions and over all the powers of the enemy, and nothing will hurt you. It's one of those bizarre sayings from Jesus that we usually kind of look at, read past, because we don't know what the heck he's talking about. And there's a lot that could be said about. There's a lot of kind of intra-biblical sources and connections and that sort of thing here, but I want to just put all that aside for a second. What Jesus is saying is that when disciples do the work of the kingdom on earth, when they bring good news to the poor and recovery of sight to the blind and letting the oppressed go free, when they announce the good news of the kingdom, when they make peace on earth, right? All that stuff we read about. When disciples bring about the kingdom of God on earth, the effect that has is Satan becoming defeated. When we bring about, we don't bring about the kingdom of God, but when we do the kingdom of God's stuff on earth as it is in heaven, that's how God defeats Satan in us and through us. It's really an amazing thing when we think about our lives and our work together as a church as participating in God's ultimate defeat of evil. I mean, on one hand, God has defeated evil in and through Christ's death on the cross, and that's a one and done kind of thing. But the implementation of that defeat, the kind of establishing of that victory on earth as it is in heaven, that's our work. I mean, that's what we play a role in, and that happens as we do the kingdom stuff that Jesus talks about. He said, indeed, I have given you authority to tread on snakes and scorpions and over all the powers of the enemy. And that reference to snakes, I mean, the most famous snake in the Bible is on page 3 of the Bible, right? It's the serpent in the Garden of Eden that tempted us to go our own way and to decide what's good and evil for ourselves. And that really was at the source of ruining everything for us. When we go about doing the kingdom of God work, we have the ability to step on that snake, and we have authority over it. It's really quite an amazing, it's an amazing authority that Jesus gives us. It's an amazing power that we have if and when and as we follow Jesus. And so, that's just a little window into Luke 10, and I hope you enjoy. Have a great week of reading. As always, ask me any questions you can. Come talk to me. I'd love to chat more about it.